Russian hacker who is actually working for Avast to preempt the threat. So that's why the demonstration now shows you the potential implications. And then we'll talk a little bit about how we can prevent these unfortunate things happening to all of us. Vlad.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Garry. So, my name is Vladislav Iliushin, and I do IoT threat research at Avast Software. And my job is to be one step ahead of the bad guys. And today I'm going to show you that your home is as strongly secure as the weakest device. The thing is, many of you will think that what I'm going to show you is sci-fi. To tell you the truth, it's not sci-fi anymore. There is a botnet named Tori that is actually technically capable of doing every single thing that I'm going to show you. So let's imagine I'm the hacker, I'm the bad guy, sitting at the coffee shop somewhere with my laptop, looking for an easy target. So I'm going to use Shodan to search for something interesting. How many of you here know what Shodan is? Okay, so Shodan is just like Google, but for Internet of Things. So instead of searching for videos and pictures of cute kittens, you actually search for pictures from poorly secured cameras in this case. And I'm going to find something interesting. So there are some pictures from houses, from walkways. This is actually a beach in Portugal. But look at this picture. This is a living room. This is a picture of someone else's living room with a lot of devices and very nice TV. So let's take a closer look. I'm just going to use Nmap scan to see what services are running at this home and what is available to me as the hacker. And you can see that Nmap scan returned a few open ports and few services running, and I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to put the IP address of this smart home with the port to the browser. And immediately I am inside. You see, I can actually control this camera and do whatever I want with it. And I can look around for interesting things. You know why it is possible? Because apparently the manual for this camera is 136 pages long. How many of you would read this? Nobody? How many of you would not read this? That's the spirit.
So everybody pushes the agree button without reading the long text.
Yeah. You see, apparently the owners of the house didn't read this manual either. But you know who did? Me. And apparently on the page 86, there's very nice instructions of how to change the default password with the camera, and default credentials are also provided. So now let's take a look into the settings menu. I'm going to change a few things here. First of all, I'm going to set up the motion detection settings. So every time there is a motion detected or there is a loud sound, IP camera will actually upload a short video clip to my own FTP server. We will get to this part back later. Now I'm going to change NTP settings. NTP is used to sync times between the devices, but instead of putting the address of the NTP server, I'm going to put something else, like the command to actually start Telnet Diamond that will allows me to get the full access to the camera. This is called command injection, and it's pretty easy. Because I'm a hacker and I want my life to be very convenient, I'm going to run a few other commands to set everything up to my convenience. The last thing that is missing is actually to try if it works. I'm just going to run telnet command and connect to the camera. And hey, I'm inside. I have full access to that camera. And at this point, I'm actually not at the coffee shop somewhere. I'm inside the camera, inside this living room, watching and living their lives with them. So now let's see what other devices are there. I'm going to run Nmap scan against the whole network and see what is available to me. And you can see that there are actually 14 devices online right now, and it's quite a lot to play with. So let's start with lights. Doing research for like 5 minutes, I found out that I actually can control those lights and change the colors or turn them on and off. And this is pretty easy. So let's see, and let's invite the owners of this house to the party. And you can see I can actually control those lights. Now, there's actually another thing. By looking into those light bulbs, I can actually send command get sysinform. And in return, I will receive serial numbers, the state of light bulbs, etc., etc. But the interesting thing is that I will get precise location. How is this possible? The thing is, the companion app of those light bulbs will actually request precise GPS location of the phone and write this value to the light bulbs. So not only I have control to the camera, I have precise location of this household. Now, Sonos. Who here have Sonos? Nice. So I'm going to run nmap scan again and see what services are actually running there. And there are quite a few. And among them, there's actually UPnP daemon running on those speakers, which means I can use UPnP TLNA protocol to fully control them. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Let's just play some music. If you find this funny, imagine somebody would do this to you at 4 a.m. in the morning. Now, this is not all. There are a few other services there, so I'm just going to put the IP address of the Sonos with the port to the browser, and immediately I can see error 403 forbidden. Well, maybe I'm the bad hacker, and guys at Sonos are good at security, or if I do a little bit of research, I can actually append /status to the URL and get a lot of more options. And let's see what is there under the accounts menu. There are some hashes and some IDs, but can you see that? Let me zoom in. There are actually names of the owners of this house. So at this point, not only I can have access, I know where this house is, I know who lives there. And I can actually use this information to my advantage.
Hey, Whitney.
It's been a long time. I own your smart house.
I am in charge now. Be so kind.
And pay me 1 Bitcoin.
Do you think that 1 Bitcoin is enough? No? Okay, let's make it 2.
You know,
1 Bitcoin is not enough. The price is
2.
Bitcoins from now on.
2.
Bitcoins from now on.
2.
Bitcoins from now on.
Now, you see, there is actually an Alexa there. You know, hey, Alexa is very nice personal assistant. And now you probably expect me to show you some very sophisticated hack or some zero-day how I am going to take over the Alexa. The thing is, I'm not going to. I'm going to choose the path of the least resistance. I already have access to Sonos and I can use text-to-speech to talk with Alexa. Just like this.
Hey Alexa, add Tesla Model 3 to my shopping list. I've put Tesla Model 3 on your shopping list.
I think I just maxed out the credit cards of Whitney and Joe Black over there.
Most sophisticated ways to deplete your bank account.
Yeah. So, Alexa is a very nice assistant, but she will help anyone, especially me in this case. Now, there's a thermostat over there. And I know the location of this house. I know it's in Canada, and it's probably cold outside. So I'm just going to turn it off. How am I going to do that? Well, this thermostat is paired with iPad, and you can control it by saying something like, "Hey Siri." Now, remember that part where I actually set it up the motion detection thing? I'm going to use machine learning and speech recognition to filter all the clips from this IP camera to find interesting key phrases like "Hey Siri" and "Hey Alexa." And I can use this clip to actually route my own requests. So let's take the thermostat off.
Hey Siri, turn the thermostat off, please.
And unfortunately you can't see it, but the thermostat is definitely off. Imagine paying the bill for replacing all your heating and water pumps because the house gets below 0 Celsius. And now to the last bit. I already showed you how easy it is to hack into the Siri and Alexa and turn those devices against the owners. So there's a last part. It's time to pay Whitney and Joe Black a visit. According to the Nmap scan, there's actually a smart security system. You see, people want their family to be safe and secure. How many of you here can relate to that? You want protection for your family, right? And this is the paradox, because those devices, instead of bringing additional security, will be turned against the owners. I'm just going to turn this security system off.
Hey Alexa, ask Sophie to disarm the alarm. Hey Alexa, ask Sophie to disarm the alarm.
It's too noisy.
What is your passcode?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You have disarmed the alarm.
And you can see that the alarm is definitely off now. You see, I already disabled the alarm because they had window sensors, motion sensor, door sensors. Now it's all off and they're probably in their living room enjoying their evening. So the last bit is just unlock the door.
Hey Siri,
Unlock the door, please.
And it's very nice to actually meet the Black family. And the thing is, I showed you a lot of devices and I showed you how to turn them against the owners. But the truth is, their behavior was by design. I used their APIs, their services, and it's all fine. The only device that I actually hacked is IP camera. And if not for that vulnerable device, nothing of this would ever happen. And this is the lesson of this demo. Your smart home is as strongly secured as the biggest device. Thank you.